Hi, here with me is WD, yeah, WD 14 TB, yeah, 3.5 inches. This is, this is 3.5 inches, while this is 2.5 inches. Yeah, this for laptop, oh, this is external. Yeah, this is for laptop, yeah, 2.5 inches, while this one 3.5 inches. Desktop hard drive. Why? This one is 40 TB, and the problem of this is that it is not working at all. You plug it, there's no sign of spinning. It's as if, as a matter of fact, it is dead, completely dead. So what happened? This right here, the PCB, it has fault. So hence, it could not power this and spin this hard drive. But it's a different case if the hard drive is spinning, you can hear the noise, the sound of spinning disk inside. But this time, it was total dead. So the disk was not spinning. Okay, that shows that this has problem. It could not power this. So how did it end up this way? That this, the PCB, the motherboard, yeah, it has been opened up. So this PCB could not power the disk. This is what happened. Okay. So here is the case. It serves as an external, actually a backup. So here is the case. Yeah, the case. If you look at here, 12 volts powers this DC. So 12 volts power this. Why for laptop, it is 5 volts that powers laptop hard drive. But for desktop, this type 3.5 inches, 12 volts. So 12 volts is required in order to be able to spin the disk inside this nigga right here. Yeah, inside this dude, yeah. So what happened was that the person instructed someone to use a power bank. Okay, it has a power bank, a 65 watts power bank. That's number one. Number two, it has this Type C converter. So that means Type C to this port converter the person has. So we told the person to help him check if power bank will be able to work with it. So that means if there is no public light, public power, you'll be able to use power bank in order to be able to access file on the disk. Because without the 12 volts, and this without the 12 volt, will not be able to access content on this disk. And here is it, the adapter to power it. And look at here, it is 12 volt, 12 volt 2 amps. So that is 24 watts, right? For this charger right here. So the person used power bank, and what happened? I discovered that on looking it out, I discovered that there was a short here, this capacitor right here. I remove it, the capacitor persists, the short persists. I remove this chip right here, the short still persists. Then I went up here to check. There's a diode there. It is TVS, yes, TVS diode. Yeah, that is transient voltage suppressor. So this one, the one that I replaced with, before I got to how I replaced this, let me show you how the TVS is. Yeah, this is right here. Good. It's like this. Although it's a little bit bigger than this, but this is, let me say, approximate size of the diode, and Y4 was written on it, and this is right here. Although it is not as big as this, I just use a kind of a camera to zoom it in and then take a shot of it in order for it to be clear. So Y4 was written on it. I tried to look for the data sheet of this diode. I couldn't find any. So it was in a forum I got to discover that the person told me that this writing, it is not maybe a Xenon diode, or it was when I use smanual.com, indicated that it is a Xenon diode, but I could not find the data sheet. I could not find it at all. Yeah. So, and the value stated is totally different. It is more than 12 volts for this. So in a forum, I got to know that what is here, it is called, TVA, that is transient diode. And when I check out what transient diode is, it's in a sense, it doesn't allow let's say, for example, this is 12 volt transient diode. Okay, let me use this. This is 12 volt transient diode. It will not allow maybe 14 volts to enter the PCB, so that it will not damage components. So if you have a higher voltage, it will just like bridge these two, not to protect the rest of the circuit. And that was what happened. Okay, so the one there was a short here. That means the power bank the person plugged in supply wrong voltage to the PCB. Then this one gave up. And not only this one, there's also, if you look at the top here, at this top, although I've replaced it, there's a fuse. S was written on it. So I got to know that that is SMT 4 amps fuse. Okay, so I just replaced it with the one with laptop. Yeah, just replace it with it. And the one I replaced it with, I think it's about yeah, 18 volts is being supplied there. Well, it is a fuse, so I'm used to it. There's nothing for me to bother myself about looking for, you know, maybe try to place an order for it or no. So I just replace it with it. That is number one. So 1 2 fuse given up, and this one shorted. So I tried to find replacement for this. I could not find local replacement. Yeah, and I discovered that, well, desktop hard drive, basically the desktop hard drive, they are the same thing. So if that means at the point of entry, this 1 2 3, it is a power, that is 12 volts that enters. So I try to look for anything that is associated with this, and then so let me just remove it and replace it, because it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a suppressor. Yeah, because since it is the same desktop hard drive. All right. So yeah, I got this. Yes, I got this. I got this. So one thing is, one side, this side is ground, while this one is the power. So voltage does not cross. It's only when the voltage is higher, it overpowers this, then to short this, then to prevent light from entering the critical areas. Yeah. So back to this. I try to check. This is connected to this. The other side is ground, while the other side connected to 1 2 3 pin here. Okay. So when I check the size, it's too big. Then coming here, I remove the one for here. Yeah, the one for here. So I remove this from here. Yeah. So I replace it with it. So with this, it should work. Although without this TVS, it's going to work. But this was used as a means of protection. Imagine that if this transit diode was absent when this friend of mine used the power bank, what would have happened? It would have rendered this PCB useless. And there's something I've discovered about PCB. Even though you find another one, exact one, if you put on this disk, it will not work, because this PCB holds some information that another PCB will not have. So to be able to power this, although it might power it, but it will not be able to see content. But it might spin, that yes, the disk will spin. It might even be maybe like giving a kind of a cracking sound. Yeah, because I've never been successful trying to replace PCB. It never worked. It has to be the one that's on it, because it's maybe there are programs here, and yeah, that the two must match or something. Yeah. Okay, so I've replaced it. Next now is to put it to use. All right. Remember how I discovered the problem? There was a short in this capacitor. I removed this capacitor. The short persists. I removed this IC right here. This chip, it persists. I came up here, discovered that this diode here, the transitive TVS diode, was short. I remove it, and the short disappears. All right, and discovered that the fuse here blown. So I replaced this. And how I got the replacement of this, I check other PCB, the same desktop hard drive, because the same 12 volts. Yeah. Then I replace it with it. So next is to put this to a test. So assemble this and put it to a test and see how it's going to work. That's going to be. So I'm going to pause this and assemble this. Next will be to just put it to test and see if it's going to work. All right. Okay, I think I was saying something that time. Yeah. Okay, I think basically that is, I've mentioned the importance of this TVS. It's a means of protection, so as to protect, the circuit. Without it, it's going to damage parts. Yeah, just like in a system that there's no fuse, that will be a problem. Yeah. So, all right. So I've finished copying it. So this is the disk. Yeah. What's that? Go to 14 TB. So all things being equal, this should spin. Yeah, locked. So I want to plug it in. There should be a pin. Let me see. Plug in. Is here a pin? I think there is. Yeah, there is. Wow. Yeah, there is a spin, and the spin is cool. So let me plug this to laptop. Let's see. Wow, it is blinking. This thing is working. It is. This friend of mine will be very, very happy. Well, interestingly, he just bought this disc. He has not used it. Just sent it so that stuff will be sent to it. But you know, plug the power back to it, just render it useless. And this is 40 TB. Very, very expensive. So I'm waiting for it to show up. The file explorer, but it's not up yet. But I think it should be up. I think it takes some time before it comes up. Although for the fact that this is spin, this hard drive is spinning, I believe this thing has worked. But it's not nothing yet. It's not up yet. It is put okay. Unplugged. So I want to try another port. Yeah, plug in. It blinks. Okay. It has stopped blinking. Oh, okay. I think something is up. Alright, nothing has showed here. Let me. Why you not clear? Refresh. Oh, this was deceiving me. Okay. Why you not clear, my friend? Okay, well, this is it anyway. Well, I'm not liking this. Well, anyway, so this is it. This is 12.7. This is the 14 TB. So what I'm going to do, let me turn it off. So I want to turn this off. So it is off. We should go off any moment. This should disappear. So let me refresh. Yeah, gone. Gone. So I put it up again. This should blink because I've not disconnected the cable. This should blink. Yeah, the disc is spinning now. Yeah, it is blinking. So at the moment I should see it right here. Although I refresh this PC before I could say it. Okay. Another thing, this management. So it is out already. Yeah. So let me refresh. I don't know what is wrong with this Explorer. So it's up. So this is it here. 12.7 TV. I open it up. It's opened. Let me see. Yeah. Music. All right. Some music on it. Let me go to, yeah, film. James Bond. Yeah. Oh, Star Wars. Go to just 007. Yep. Uh, Spectre. Skyfall. Let's look at Skyfall. Yeah. Open with, yeah, VLC. Come on. So this is Skyfall playing, yeah? You look at this disc. So that means it is working. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So this is Skyfall playing from the disc directly.
The massive scope of the MCU has allowed Marvel Studios to create a sprawling, interconnected universe built on a shared continuity. And much like the comics the movies are based on, that means things can get pretty complicated. The Marvel Cinematic Universe doesn't start with Tony Stark getting kidnapped in 2008.
Alright, so that is it. So I mean, this is working, right? It is working. Yeah. Practice. It is working. Yeah. 12.7 TB. Yeah. Yes, it's right here. So, problem solved. All right. So that is how I solved this 14 TB. All right. So basically, the fuse and our TVS diode, that the transient voltage suppressor at fault. Okay. That's it because of, you know, power bank plugged to this external disk. Yeah. So, all right. So I'll cover it up with this. So it has been coupled a sensor. So this the external disk 14 TB. So the job is 100% done. So it is okay. As I explained to you, please don't plug power bank to this kind of this. Don't. Make sure you use the public or use this adapter. Yeah, this adapter. Make use of it. Okay. All right. In order to be safe, and if you meet such mistake before, that is how to go about it. Yeah, that's how to go about it instead of like throwing the hard drive away. It's expensive, so it's going to be kind of a bitter pill, to swallow. Because 14 TV is no joke. Yeah. All right. So that is it. See you next time.